So this week on how these MLB teams got their name, I've got the American League Central coming at you, David. First team's a tough one. Chicago White Sox. How'd they get their name?
Similar to the Red Sox, they used to wear white stockings.
Okay. I think you're pretty spot on. Much like their in-state counterpart, the Cubs, the media also played a big role in naming the White Sox. After moving from St. Paul, the press started to call the White Stockings the White Sox. The name has stuck ever since and definitely sounds a lot better than stockings. Stockings is an obsolete word in terms of what athletes wear today. Baseball players wear socks, not stockings. Fun fact, they don't wear stockings. They wear socks.
I wonder what the difference is. Well, if stockings are just like a sock that goes like all the way up your leg, like they still wear those.
But a stocking you hang over your fireplace doesn't go all the way up your leg. It's like would probably go to your calf.
Mine, it would go up Zoe's leg.
Touche.
I'm hanging fishnet up this year.
All right. How about gonna get a hot topic for Christmas. How about the Cleveland Indians?
That's the Guardians, isn't it?
It is now the Guardians. Yeah.
I don't know. They probably started somewhere else where there is Native American history and then went to Cleveland and kept the name.
Okay. So Cleveland was forced to make a big decision after, I'm going to butcher this, Nap LaJoie, who was a great player manager with the club, left. Taking note of the Boston Braves' success in 1914, ownership and sports writers felt that Cleveland team should do something related to that. Then the Indians were born. Although the Indians are a unique name, it's crazy to think that those making the decision thought they would be successful because a team with a similar name already was.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Who do you think of when you think of the Indians?
I think of the whole team, but probably if I had to pick a player, Kenny Lofton.
Okay.
I think of Kenny. I think of Manny. I think of Abreu. I think of what was his name? Oscar
Meyer Robertson.
No. What was the shortstop's name?
You thinking of Omar Vizquel?
Omar Vizquel, not Oscar. Oscar's his brother. Yeah, but if I had to pick a player, Kenny.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Who do you think of? Alomar's brother?
Yep. Sandy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How about the Detroit Tigers?
Something about the zoo?
Something about the zoo? Before the Detroit Tigers were called the Tigers, they had to get permission from Michigan's oldest military unit beforehand, considering that's where the name came from. The Tigers, however, were primarily called the Wolverines. Detroit decided to go with Tigers after permission was granted in 1901 when the team also joined the American League. Not many teams in any league are named after a military unit, so it was relatively clever to decide on that. Oh.
I like it, but I don't like that they had to get permission because it's an animal.
Right.
Like, you might be doing it based on that, but
like, what's the the Philadelphia Eagles didn't have to get permission from the airborne to like the Flying Eagles. Like they didn't have to go through that. Bizarre. Okay. Kansas City Royals.
Bizarre.
Okay. Kansas City Royals. How'd they get their name?
I don't know, but every time I hear the Royals, I think about it was probably what years?
Lord
24? Nah.
Oh.
I think
I am Lord. No.
I think about it must have been like 7-8 years ago.
Oh.
When the O's and the Royals played in the playoffs. And I think the Royals either swept them or like beat them in 5 games or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it was like an actual headline or just like a
I think
Facebook
that's the year they won the World Series, the Royals.
Probably. But it said these O's ain't Royals instead of like these hoes ain't loyal. And
yeah, that's pretty good.
So,
how about the Minnesota Twins?
You didn't tell me how the Royals got their name.
So the Kansas City Royals. So fan suggestions played a big role in the determination of what Kansas City's expansion team was going to be called. Over 15,000 suggestions were sent in from fans. And since Kansas City used to be a major market for livestock and it played host and it played host the American Royal Livestock Show annually. Ownership decided to go with the Royals. While naming the team the Royals isn't terrible, the livestock part is a little weird. I'm sure that there were better, more normal options to choose from. Interesting. So far, this division's actually been, except for the White Sox, has been pretty good.
Yeah.
And last but not least is the Minnesota Twins. That's not great. It sounds like I'm from Sweden.
Minnesota. Yeah, a little bit. Just being the Twin Cities.
Okay. So the origin of the Minnesota Twins nickname is all about keeping the peace and making friends. When Minnesota was awarded a team in 1961, both Minneapolis and St. Paul wanted the club. Instead of bickering over which city deserved it more, the team was named the Twins after the Twin Cities. To give each a piece of the pie, you'll notice that the Twins hat have a TC on them, which stands for Twin Cities. I did not know that.
So the real question is, where is the stadium?
I want to say it's in St. Paul. No. Minneapolis, right? Target Field?
That's what I thought.
Target Field. Now, who do you think of when I say Twins? There's only one answer here. Yeah, it's
Kirby
in Minneapolis. Kirby Puckett. It's in Minneapolis, yeah.
Okay.
And I think of that great shared stadium. What was that? Where they played, the Vikings played there, and then the Twins played there. The Twins, it was that giant blue wall in right field where the seats came down.
Yep. Kirby Puckett.
What field was that?
What?
The Metrodome.
Yeah. Duh. Yeah. Duh.
That was my Billie Eilish. She's like, I'm a bad guy. And she's like, duh. Anyways.
I would have gone with duh, Gus.
Cinderella. Do the dishes. All right. There you go. AL Central.
All right. I like it.
Wham,
it's going to be a little easier to edit. I'm happy about it. I'm also happy about the, not like four of them were like, in 1974, there was a fan vote that blah, 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 blah.
That was a good division. That was, well,
yeah.
Good job. Good job, guys.